Thanks for staying with us, and let's go straight into this story. A seven-story building under construction collapsed in the Banana Island, Ikoyi area of Lagos State. It was gathered that there was no fatality recorded and few who sustained injuries are being treated. The Lagos State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development confirmed Wednesday's incident in a statement. It noted that the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Engineer Tayo Babuse Mathens, visited the site immediately to assess the situation and flag off an investigation. Within the last 10 years, Lagos State has recorded 113 incidents of building collapse. Most recent on the list is the seven-story building under construction. And I've just been joined by my friend, Sam. Sam, good morning. Nice to have you.
Good morning. Am I really your friend?
Yes, of course you are.
Good to see you today.
Good to see you. Look good.
Thank you very much.
I hope you weren't soaked by the rain.
Well, I managed. It's okay.
It's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
How are you feeling this morning?
Well, I'm fired up. Good to be doing this with you on a Friday morning.
Okay.
So what are we talking about?
We have a guest waiting on the phone. We are going to talk to him about this building collapse. He's Builder Kunle Awobudu. He is the member technical committee for the reformation of physical planning law in Lagos State, culminating in the 2010 development law, and also the CEO of Rio Habilis Construction Limited. Good morning, Mr. Kunle. Nice to have you on the show.
Good morning. It's a pleasure being here, but actually on a sad note.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, let's talk about the collapse. What do you think is the cause of the collapse? Because especially in Lagos State, we have been recording a lot of collapse building in the state. What do you think is the cause of this collapse?
Yes. Generally, there have been regular now collapse of buildings in that part of the country. A lot of regulations were brought into place to stem the tide of building collapse. Unfortunately, these things continue to visit the built environment of that state, which is very embarrassing. In particular, this site of building collapse on Banana Island is to be put under investigation. We have about 3 similar buildings or 2 or 3 similar buildings in that particular compound. One is about 10-story building, the other about 6, the one that just collapsed, 10-story building. So the one of 10-story building is still standing, so there is need to verify what will have gone wrong. Construction process is a delicate one and very complex indeed. And sincerely speaking, we know that most of those who partake in the construction process don't keep to standard. And many of them are quacks. But in this particular one, we won't draw a conclusion until after a thorough investigation. But the ordinary idea shows that Banana Island is very erratic in nature from geotechnical analysis. So, on an artificial island like that, deep foundation, especially private foundations, usually undertaken for such high-rise building in that locality. So, the investigation will cover the soil test or limits of soil, soil test, then the tiling process, and before we proceed to the superstructure. And from what we have seen, this collapse has dented the no reputation of that environment.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for
Yes.
thank you very much, sir, for establishing your thoughts on the frequently occurrence of collapse building in Lagos and stating some of the factors you felt, are associated with some of these collapse. Now, we are aware, and I'm sure you're also aware of the fact that investigation is ongoing as to unraveling the real factor or the real cause to this collapse. I want to ask you, as somebody who is an expert in this industry, now that Lagos State investigators or the team that are responsible with investigating such a collapse are right now in the issue or, on top of the matter, what do you think, in your understanding or in your wisdom, they should be looking out for while this investigation is ongoing?
Yes. First of all, is to identify the developer, the client on that project. By our regulations, every building site in Lagos State must have project board. On that project board, the name of the client or the title of the project will be embossed. The list of professionals involved in that project will be listed. Then also the approved building plan will be written on the board. So from there, those professionals involved with that construction will become traceable. The engineer that is handling the structural work will be there. The architect that designed the building too, the name will be there. The builder that is managing the production process will be identified. And we will then we'll change the registration to the professional bodies and the regulatory bodies. So that one will assist us to establish whether those who are involved were quacks or licensed professionals to the built environment. So it solved the initial problems. That is number one. Then number two, we bear in mind that on the plot of any building or that plot of any building that collapses automatically becomes confiscated by the government. So that aspect of the law naturally throws fears into a potential developer. So when the building collapses on the site, what such a developer will do will be how to hide it and then trying to shift the blame so that that property is not confiscated. So we are faced with that natural challenge while investigating the site of a collapsed building.
Okay.
How do we get the full picture of what really happened?
Okay, Mr. Kunle, let me butt in there. What measures do you think the government should take to curb this type of incident from happening again?
There is what we call monitoring aspect, that on every building that is being constructed, a professional will go there, a list of professionals involved will go there, the builder, the architect, the engineer, at every stage inspection. So we will now try to find out for this particular one or any other particular structure who signed on the form of conformity that while they were doing the concrete work of each slab, it was satisfactorily fine. I mean, it was fine by so person that he has met the required standard. So, those are the ways we thought that we could eradicate this incessant collapse of buildings.
All right, before we let you go, because we know time is of the essence to you, I would want to ask you this question. To what extent do you think the developers should be held responsible if they are, having so much hand in this incident?
Well, like I have always advocated, in a society where consequences are not being attached to offenses and punishment, then people will continue to promote impunity. Several buildings have collapsed in this country, up to 502 buildings. But unfortunately, nobody has been successfully prosecuted over collapsed buildings. So government should go the investigation to try to implement, or let me say the government now, to try to implement the recommendations of many committees set up to investigate collapse of buildings. If that is done, people will learn from past mistakes. But when they are not punished, it becomes a continuum. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Mr. Kunde. Let me ask you this question before we let you go. Now we heard the Lagos State government have begun investigation. Now we're asking, who do you think there should be who do you think should be held responsible? Is it the government, the developer, or the owner of the land?
Yeah, there's no way a government can exonerate itself from the collapse of a building that has attained 7 stories in height. So, coincidentally, recently, we were on, we went to inspect a high-rise building within the precinct of Banana Island. See, when we explained our reason for coming there, we were given a tour here and we inspected those buildings. So I think it will be an untenable excuse if the monitoring officer claimed that they were not provided access to enter into that community, and that was why they didn't know such a building was being constructed. So such an excuse will not carry weight, since some of us know that it is important and possible to gain entrance into that community. So there will be issue of negligence from that angle. Then approval, the physical planning permit, that means that authority will still need to explain or to unravel the circumstances surrounding the building plan approval process in respect of this structure. Then those who are involved in the construction will also have to face prosecution and also the client or the developer also might become reprehensible.
All right, Mr. Kunle, we have to let you go now. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on the show this morning. All right, do have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we have been speaking to Mr. Kunle Mwawodo. He is the immediate past president of the Nigerian Institute of Building. And now we are going to go on a short break. When we return, we'll be heading into our guest segment. To stay with us.